So as you've just learned, economics is a social science that studies how people make choices under conditions of scarcity. And we're also interested in the consequences of those choices for society. We're going to explore here a little more about what it means to make choices under conditions of scarcity. But first, I want to just introduce economic fundamentals and talk a little bit about how economics is different from other social sciences. So we're studying people and human behavior just like the other social sciences, for example, psychology or sociology. But what makes economics different is our approach to that study. We tend to focus on understanding human behavior in the context of market interactions. So we'll talk a lot in this course about buyers and sellers and market prices, but that doesn't mean that all of economics is focused on traditional markets. Economists also study questions like, how do people decide how many children to have, who to marry? How do we increase kidney donation? How do we improve public education? So economics is not just limited to what you might think of as a traditional market, but we do tend to frame our interactions with each other in the context of markets. As you've seen in the previous video, we also believe that incentives matter and that people's choices are influenced by the incentives that they face. The consequence of that is that if we want to change people's behavior, we need to change the incentives that they have, and that will lead to behavior change. And we'll investigate a little bit more how we break down these incentives into costs and benefits in this section. All right, the last thing that really sets economics apart from other social sciences is our reliance on mathematical models. We use mathematical models to predict how people will behave in certain situations. And then we go out and we collect data about actual human behavior and try to test the predictions of those models. So I'm an empirical microeconomist, meaning that I study how individuals behave and the effect of public policy on the choices that people make in healthcare, in education, in housing, in labor. And you do that by going out and looking at real world data and testing the effect of those policies.